Come on, Verge. Where are Verge? Thank God you're here. You're here. I need your help. Excuse me? Who the hell are you? What the hell is this all about? Everything. We know and love ceasing to exist. Your present is hollow, echoing the promise of a future that will never come to pass. That is, unless you're willing to be the catalyst for the future. I don't know what you're talking about. You said it like you didn't just see me crash into the pavement out of nowhere. I've seen your past, the effects of Alva's death. It changed the trajectory, but not the destination. You're the key to saving the future. Go tell the Justice League. You got the wrong guy. So this is who you've become? Their hero who showed everyone the way? Could have fooled me. What did you just say to me? I said what I said. Just like the stag I know would've. Virgil, take off your belt and whoop him. I'm kidding. But here's the full review of new history of the DC universe, the Dakota incident. In the distant future of Dakota City, we see Beacon, a future hero, running away from something. Let's see if you run from this, you little. That's what I thought, Beacon. The purple-haired villain is still taunting Beacon. He gets distracted by some lights within the sky. Beacon takes the advantage. You ain't seen a thing, and kicks the villain out of the sky. Beacon then radios out to his Uncle Verge, telling him that he's done. Beacon asks Virgil on where to put this villain at so that he can go on about his business. Virgil is so focused on getting the family together. Shiv ends up getting up and tells them, it doesn't matter how many asylums you put me in, I'll just keep breaking out. Then his skin begins to disappear. Everything in existence begins to disappear. Beacon's suit then tells him,
Alert, alert, temporal anomaly detected.
Beacon activates the emergency temporal safeguards as he promises to his mom, I'll fix this, Mom. I'll save everyone. We have now gone to the past of Dakota City within the golden year. Dakota City wasn't like Metropolis or Gotham having superheroes, but they did have a guardian. And that guardian's name was Edwin Alva, who felt that he was very close to achieving total prosperity and peace in Dakota. But there's one persistent problem. He then asked his assistant, Curtis Metcalf, for assistance in showing the next plan. Curtis tells him it's Paris Island, the only neighborhood in Dakota with a spike in crime. Conflicts are caused between 4 different gangs. Edwin and Curtis then go meet up with the mayor, telling her they have perfected a special gas that will permanently mark any criminals with a radioactive marker. The mayor just says 4 words, make our city pristine. This was called Operation Big Bang, used to make a new Dakota without gangs or protesters. Edwin was awarded a hero's welcome for ending the gang wars, but he never did. After seeing what happened altogether, Curtis doesn't want to be working within Alpha Industries anymore. But Edwin tells him, I have no need for a partner, Curtis. You are here by my will. Edwin then used that same power to frame Curtis Metcalf for what happened in Dakota. But the truth about the gas, even though it was used against the gang members and protesters, it changed them at the quantum level, where perception affects reality. Multiple survivors from different gangs developed metahuman abilities. The Blood Syndicate was the first group of empowered Dakotans, but they weren't superheroes. Multiple reports came in of Bang Babies using their powers to terrorize people. It was until he showed up on the scene. One and the only Static. This started off another series of events. As an inspiring writer, ended up discovering an alien who had been on the planet for centuries. She had bright ideas that the alien could do for everyone. How he could be an icon for our times. And she became Rocket, his partner. While Static handled the streets, Icon and Rocket patrolled the skies, Curtis Metcalf was on his own mission, discovering secrets, finding information about Operation Big Bang. So he became the armored vigilante known as Hardware, waging a covert war on Alpha Industries to destroy it at every level. Hardware was the crusader, Icon and Rocket were the symbols, and Static was the spark. This was the beginning of the Age of Milestones. Hardware ended up receiving a letter from Edwin Alva himself. He went to go investigate what this is. Beacon even recognizes this is not a part of his history. This is where Hardware discovers the dead body of Edwin Alva, making him suspect number 1. Hardware did discover that Alva was a part of a big multi-governmental group, the Superman Project. Covert plan to create superhumans and have them controlled by the government and the most powerful benefactors. That the Big Bang was purely made on purpose as leverage. Hardware tells them the feds are not going to just let us exist now. We need to get ready for a fight. Multiple members of different departments come together. They speak with the President of the United States of America, Lex Luthor. Luthor tells them all, I want Dakota brought under my authority by tonight. Get moving. The members of the Suicide Squad preparing to invade Dakota City. Everyone's ready, but not Bronze Tiger, for his mind is somewhere else. Suicide Squad and the other members begin to scour Dakota City. It is until they are met by the Blood Syndicate. The War of Dakota City begins. My son is putting a beating on Bronze Tiger. Deadshot's having trouble himself. Captain Boomerang messages for Waller. They need backup now. And we see Static, Icon, and Rocket not only protecting the people of Dakota City, but fighting for the people of Dakota City. Before Static EMPs the entire area, freeing everyone. And Hardware gets him some of a piece of Bronze Tiger. Bronze Tiger has the other squad members stand down. Begins to help everyone who is under distress in the city. That is before Captain Atom arrives. Icon makes sure that Captain Atom will remember this fight. Before Deadshot can kill Bronze Tiger, saved by Batman, as Superman and Wonder Woman come to help out and save the citizens of Dakota City. Three of them have a conversation with the Big Four. And the Luthor and his cabinet are ready to agree on a ceasefire, but there's a catch. Batman tells them, no more superheroes within Dakota City. Anyone who uses their powers will be prosecuted. Virgil instantly tells him, this is bull. Superman agrees this is absolutely wrong. Icon has hope that there has to be some other way. Interrupting conversation, a helicopter arrives. Agent Steele, Amanda Waller, Wells, President Luthor comes out. He just needs them to sign some documents. Jefferson Pierce takes Static and Rocket on the side. And Rocket have mad issues with him working with Luthor, knowing what's going on, seeing people similar to him be oppressed. Jefferson says, I'm just doing what the best I can. Tells him, as a friend and mentor, I urge you to be careful. But as a father and a black man afraid to see history repeat itself, I say you do what you gotta do. Khan's pissed because he knows that Alva's murder was a frame job. Hardware backs him up, saying, you think we're going to turn our backs on Dakota? That's not how we do things here. Luthor tells them both to let's be wise here. Kryptonian down the hall. Killing me will only make the consequences more catastrophic. Just on the world stage, but what happens to Virgil's and Rocket's poor loved ones? Heroes can withstand the chaos, but most certainly would not. Luthor tells Sergeant Steele to gather Rocket and Static. Are we ready to take out Lex? No problem. Icon tells him no. That'll make us fugitives and we can't abandon Dakota right now. So the kids make a little trouble with everyone trying to destroy all the evidence. As the ceasefire has been agreed upon. Thor is shaking everyone's hand. Kel whispers, ain't nothing human about that bald ass head. Shakes Virgil's hand. Thor tells him, you break our agreement, I'll be at that community center not far from your house. Scaring Virgil. Putting the cease and desist in immediate effect for Dakota City and all their heroes. This reminds Beacon as he's going through the timeline. You read the same poem every night, Harlem by Langston Hughes. It was about the Harlem Renaissance and how quickly as a dream can become reality, it can be deferred or denied. As Diana promises, they'll be keeping an eye on Luthor. Hardware and Icon sought after alternate ways to save Dakota City. Virgil buried his face in his studies as a distraction from what he lost. Beacon realizes that he's an extension of Rocket and Virgil, but he needs to light the way. May not be able to change things in the past, but he can do it somewhere else as he ends up getting out of the timeline. A bunch of people seeing some sort of portal in the street. Virgil tells everyone to calm down, he's gonna go check outside. Raquel tells him, I'm coming with you. Beacon gives Virgil the ultimate lecture, telling him that he was the hero that was fated to become something bigger, inspired, better. The Luthor may have hit you hard, but you think that's an excuse to give up? That's who you are? Stop this lukewarm hero BS. You need to embrace that part of yourself again. If you don't get back out there, my world, your future, falls apart. You're the best one of us, Uncle Verge. It's time to wake up. As Beacon ends up going away back into his timeline. Virgil then looks for it. He looks for the very thing that he's put away. because Virgil has to accept that part of himself again. For his family, for Dakota, for the better tomorrow. It's time for Static to fight back. Hopefully, we'll see more of the milestone heroes within the DC universe. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, take care of yourselves.